Welcome to Selfie Story for another episode of Alternate Reality. Put on your headphones for a nerve-chilling story. Our tale begins on an ordinary day, just like any other. Then, without warning, our world is turned on its head. Mysterious portals begin to appear, dotting the Earth's landscape in a pattern as chaotic as it is inexplicable. Each portal a gateway to a realm unlike anything we've ever known, each more bizarre and perilous than the last. Panic ensues. Fear and confusion sweep across the globe like a tidal wave, leaving no corner untouched. Imagine the overwhelming sensation of waking up to find your familiar world transformed into a cosmic junction, a meeting point of realities. As our collective shock begins to ebb, we're confronted with our first encounters. Beings from other realms step through the portals, some as curious as we are, others less so. These encounters vary wildly, from the benign to the malevolent, from the awe-inspiring to the downright terrifying. Imagine coming face-to-face with a creature made of pure energy, its form constantly shifting and pulsating with a light that seems to come from within, or encountering a being that seems to be made of shadows, its shape an ever-changing puzzle that your eyes struggle to comprehend. But it isn't just the beings themselves that pose a threat. The environments they hail from seep into our world, transforming the areas around the portals. Forests become alien jungles, cities morph into twisted labyrinths of metal and crystal, lakes turn into pools of liquid light. As the reality of our situation sets in, we're left grappling with the implications. Our world, our reality, has been irrevocably altered. The boundaries that once separated us from the unknown have been shattered, and we're left to face the consequences. And so, the human race found themselves faced with an invasion from countless realms beyond our own. As the invasion advanced, humanity's survival instincts kicked into high gear. That's right, folks. When faced with a threat like nothing they'd ever seen before, people from all walks of life rallied together, showcasing the indomitable spirit that defines us as a species. In the shadow of these otherworldly invaders, individual acts of bravery shone like beacons in the dark. Take, for instance, a humble school teacher who rallied her students using their science project to create a makeshift energy shield. Or the local mechanic, who reconfigured car engines to generate EMP pulses, effectively disabling the invaders' advanced weaponry. These stories of heroism were not isolated incidents. Oh no, they were happening all around the globe. From the bustling cities to the quietest rural villages, humanity was standing its ground, using every resource at their disposal to resist the onslaught. But it wasn't just about individual heroics. Nations that had for centuries been at odds found themselves forging unprecedented alliances. Political differences, territorial disputes, economic rivalries, all were set aside. For the first time in history, humanity was truly united, bound by the shared goal of survival. Scientists from every corner of the world pooled their knowledge, working around the clock to understand the invaders and their technology. Military forces, once rivals, now fought shoulder to shoulder, their combined might a formidable force against the invaders. Every person, every nation, had a part to play in this grand alliance. Yes, humanity was outmatched, outgunned, and faced with an enemy that defied all understanding. But did they falter? Did they surrender? Absolutely not. They adapted, they innovated, they fought. Every setback was seen not as a defeat, but as a lesson, a stepping stone towards eventual victory. Despite the odds, humanity refused to surrender. Their fight was just beginning. And you can bet that they wouldn't go down without giving their all. After all, this was their home, their world to protect. And protect it they would, come what may. In the face of the unimaginable, humanity did what it does best. It persevered. The struggle for survival was on, and it was a struggle they were determined to win. In the face of adversity, human ingenuity shone brighter than ever before. As the dust and smoke of the initial invasion began to settle, humanity's indomitable spirit started to stir. The world's finest minds came together, pooling their expertise and resources to study, understand, and ultimately harness the power of the portals. Scientists, engineers, and researchers from all corners of the globe worked tirelessly. They were driven not by fame or fortune, but by the need to ensure the survival of our species. Sleepless nights turned into weeks, and weeks into months. The world held its breath as they delved deeper into the mysteries of the portal technology. Their first attempts were riddled with failures. Portals flickered and died, or worse, exploded in a shower of energy that set their progress back weeks. But with each failure, they learned. They refined their methods, altered their approach, and pushed the boundaries of their understanding. The breakthrough came, as it often does, in the most unexpected of ways. It was a simple insight, a moment of clarity that changed everything. The portals were not just gateways to other realms, they were also channels of energy, conduits that could be manipulated and controlled. With this newfound knowledge, they began to test their theories. Slowly but surely, they started to gain control over the portals. They discovered how to open them, how to close them, and most importantly, how to direct them. The portals were no longer the tools of an alien invasion, they were now humanity's greatest weapon. Through countless trials and tribulations, mankind had turned the tables on their invaders. They had transformed their greatest threat into their greatest hope. The portals that once brought death and destruction now offered a chance for survival, a chance to fight back. With the power of the portals in their hands, humanity had a fighting chance. This was a testament to the resilience, courage, and ingenuity of the human spirit. It was a beacon of hope in the darkness, a promise of a future where humanity is not the victim, but the victor. Armed with newfound power, humanity was ready to take the fight to the invaders. This was not the story of a cornered species anymore. Instead, it was a tale of resilience and retaliation. With the portal technology now in our hands, we were no longer the hunted. We had become the hunters. Our world, once on the brink of annihilation, had found a way to turn the tide. We took the fight to them. We invaded their realms, using the very portals they had opened to wreak havoc on us. It was a counterattack of epic proportions, with humanity mobilizing every resource, every bit of strength we had left to ensure our survival. Through these portals, we encountered worlds beyond our wildest imaginations, from ethereal landscapes to harsh, desolate terrains. We faced adversaries of all shapes and sizes, from beings of pure energy to monstrous creatures of flesh and bone. But we did not falter. Each victory, each triumph was a testament to our indomitable spirit. But this was not a one-sided story. There were setbacks, losses that hit us hard. We were, after all, intruding into the unknown, and the unknown did not always welcome us. But each defeat, each loss, only added fuel to our resolve. We learned from our mistakes, adapted our strategies, and emerged stronger. The counterattack was not just about reclaiming our world. It was about sending a message, a clear and loud message to the invaders and any other potential threats lurking in the shadows of these other realms. Humanity was not to be trifled with. We were not the weak, vulnerable species they had pegged us to be. We had the courage to fight, the will to survive, and the power to take back what was ours. We had become the predators, the ones to be feared. We had turned the tide, changed the narrative. The hunted had become the hunters. The tables had turned, and humanity was no longer the prey, but the predator. The war was over, but the story was far from finished. Humanity had weathered a storm of unimaginable proportions, and the world was forever changed. Once bustling cities had turned into ghost towns. Landscapes were altered, unrecognizable. But amid the rubble, there was a glimmer of hope. A new dawn was breaking. The portals, once a harbinger of doom, had become humanity's greatest asset. We had not only survived the invasion, we had turned the tables, using the invaders' own technology against them. The realms, those endless otherworlds that had sent forth armies to conquer us, were now under our control. In a twist of fate, we became the invaders. Realm after realm fell, not to conquest, but to destruction. The decision was unanimous. It was a necessary evil. To prevent future invasions, we had to ensure there were no realms left to invade from. The aftermath was a world scarred but standing. We had paid a heavy price, but in return, we had gained something extraordinary. We had the power to explore other realms at will, to step into worlds unknown. Imagine the possibilities. New realms to explore, new civilizations to discover. The scope of human knowledge could expand exponentially. We could learn from other realms, harness their technologies, their resources. We could rebuild our world, stronger, better. But with great power comes great responsibility. We had seen the havoc that unchecked power could wreak. We had to tread carefully, to use this newfound power wisely. The future was a blank canvas, filled with endless possibilities. Humanity had not just survived, we had evolved. We had gone from being the hunted to the hunters, from victims to victors. We had faced the unknown and come out stronger. And now, we held the keys to the universe in our hands. In the end, humanity didn't just survive, they evolved. And with the power of the portals, who knows what the future holds? Thank you for joining us for another episode of Selfie Stories Alternate Reality. Don't forget to subscribe and join us next time as we dive into another nerve-chilling tale.